其實今日我哋就會講 Seneca 啦，OK，Seneca College 咧就位於多倫多呢個地方啦。咁頭先都講嘅，佢其實喺 Toronto 成個嚟講咧非常之出名嘅。以前我喺加拿大讀書嘅話咧，好多 local student 都係揀 Seneca 噶啦，因為甚至我有啲同學啦，可能佢 UT 畢業嘅 ，OK。UT 出名啦，世界第一啦，咪就或者加拿大第一啦。但係佢發覺喺 UT 裏邊學嘅好 theory base， 根本其實都運用唔到嘅。我有好多同學攞咗 UT 嘅degree， 佢都會嚟讀一個 graduate dip， 就係希望係攞翻啲 practical skills 嘅。因為喺 universities 嚟講，如果你個 program 唔係一個 co-op， 你純粹係一個4年大學，你實好似我咁啊，4年都係交 paper，OK，睇 readings， 其實你 apply 唔到落個我哋個 real world 度或者呢個世界度。咁所以呢啲 college 點解咁緊要，就係幫你可以喺個就業市場嗰度打好個根基，你讀完書之後都有個 skills 嘅。咁呢個咧陣間可能我哋嘅學校代表啦會講多少少啦。好啦，咁今日就非常之歡迎 Patrick 同埋David 啦。嗱，成個 presentation 咧，我哋會主要用英文去講嘅，因為大家都喺加拿大讀書啦，我相信你準備去加拿大讀書都冇問題啦。但係中間最後或者我哋會做少少 translation 咧，好簡單 recap 一下。咁最後我哋有 Q&A 嘅，就係一個問答環節。咁大家可以喺個 chat box 嗰度咧就可以留啲問題啦，咁我哋最後會有啲時間就大家可以交流嘅。咁今日主要會講幾樣嘢，就係講緊究竟 Seneca 係咩嚟㗎，或者佢點有咩特別啊？佢嗰個係 career prospect 係點啦？或者佢嗰個 co-op program 係有幾特別啊？甚至可以俾大家多啲 information， 會唔會個入學要求係點啦？或者有冇啲 scholarship 係俾翻啲國際學生，或者可能佢之後可以申請咧？嗱，呢個都會我哋由學校代表會講嘅。咁而家開始轉翻個通啦，我會用翻英文去講啦。係啦 ，So hi Patrick, welcome to our webinar today. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time. We have today we got around 60 audience. So to spend their Saturday morning with us. So I will pass the time to you or either David. So you can give us a presentation, and then after that we can do a Q&A session and answer our audience questions.
Sure.
So I will pass the time to you and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, so I can share my screen, right? I can take it over now, right?
The share first, okay.
Okay.
And then you can share your slide.
Can you see mine?
Yep, that's good.
Okay. Okay, Johnson, everyone. As Venus said, you know, I don't speak Cantonese, so 識聽少少，我唔識講。So thank you, Venus, invited us, me and David, to join your event, and we are happy to share some of Seneca's information. As Venus already mentioned, Seneca, we are one of the 25 colleges in Ontario, and in GTA there are 5 colleges. We are one of them. So as a matter of fact, Seneca is the largest college not in Toronto, Ontario, but in Canada. So overall, we have almost like 100,000 students in total, and about 30,000 full-time students, and about 60, 70, sometimes 80,000 part-time students. So overall, we have always like around 100,000 students. So for us, I just very briefly introduce our college. So we are located in Toronto right now. David and I, by the way, David is in our team in the international department and work with us in my team, but also he's a senior student, full-time students study at Seneca. So he will provide a lot of students life and study if you have questions. So he and I, we are going to answer your questions after our brief presentation. So those things have some Chinese, in Chinese, just quickly go through it. And this is mentioned, our international students are coming from over 170 different countries. And at Seneca, you can hear about 75 different languages. And we do offer the credential program is 2 or 3 years diploma program, college diploma, 4 years degree program, applied degree, 4-year program, and 1 year is a postgraduate program, which is a graduate level, but there's no degree, just give you a certificate. And Venus already mentioned, because we are DRL institution in Canada, if you study with us, if you study 2 or 3 years or 4 years after you graduate, you got a 3 years work permit. If you study a postgraduate 1 year, you only get a 1 year work permit. But we do have our English language institute. If you don't have a TOEFL, IELTS, or other English proficiency test, and then you can come to study with our English language first. So I will talk a little bit more about that a little bit later on. We have probably 10 different campuses, but 4 major campuses. So one is in North York, which is this one is our key first campus. We call Newnham campus. Another campus is this one inside of York University. So we call the Seneca at York campus. And we have another one is in King campus, King campus in King City, which is located in the Canada's very famous Eaton family's cottage. It's 700 acres. When you come to study with us, and you have opportunity to see the different campus. The last one, this one, the blue building, is right now, before we call the Markham campus, that's in Markham. Markham is the city, many Hong Kong families living there. Very popular for Chinese. You have so many restaurants and stores, like, you know, during the Saturday, Sunday, you can go dim sum, like Hong Kong style, what do you call the cha canteen? It's many of them there. So very convenient for Hong Kong people. So this one now is our Seneca International Academy, only open for international students. And what we have some beauty is Seneca, I mentioned we have 2 or 3 years 2 or 3 years diploma, 4-year degree, 1 year postgraduate. But for some people, they said, well, I just want to get my degree from other universities or the countries. Yes, you can. So we do have a pathway program, or we call it pathway programs. You study with us first, and then you can transfer to other universities in Canada, in US, and Europe, even Australia. We have like a Griffith University, and in Australia with agreement with us. So this is basically for our diploma program and the degree program. If you are a high school graduate from Hong Kong, you can apply. But for a postgraduate and certificate program, you have to have a post-secondary education in order to apply. If you are a high school graduate, you cannot apply. And this is, I just mentioned the pathway program. You can, I just quickly go through it. And people will ask, what's your requirement for English? For English, I passed this one, I will have a better one for basically 2 or 3 years diploma, you need IELTS 6.0, the total score. But for degree and the postgraduate, you need 6.5. Okay, that's and also you can have a Duolingo right now, and a little bit easier and cheaper to take a test. That's what I heard. And you have to get 100 and higher in order to get a professional program. Otherwise, you can study English Language Institute, which is every level takes 2 months. And our English Language Institute is with small class, and you can take professional courses from level 6. here, so with the Duolingo, I just want to show you here. So if you are Duolingo score over 100, you can just don't go to an English language institute. You can go to our professional directly. And at Seneca, we have many student services to provide for international students as well as domestic. This is I mentioned for program transfer and go to different universities. I do have other. Yeah, for Seneca, every year, not only Seneca, for all the public institution at the college level from Ontario, because when it's asked how is our co-op students, how does it work, and how is our job placement. So at Seneca, many programs, especially for 3-year programs, we have many co-op programs. What it means that you study for maybe 2 or 3 terms in the college first, and then you go to work for the whole semester, which is 4 months, and usually that's get paid. You're paid almost like equally to the local the employees, the workers in the company. So then you study from school, and then you use your knowledge and the theory and for your workplace. And in the workplace, you learn something you didn't learn from the classroom. And then you come back to, after 4 months, you come back to school to work for, to study for another semester. And then you go back to workplace again. So the beauty is not only you work and study and vice versa, but the beauty is you learned a lot of working experience. In Canada, when you graduate, if you want to find a pretty decent, good job, and the employer most likely ask you for the working experience. For the students, if you graduate from high school to college and you graduate, you can find a job, but you can find a decent job is harder. But with the program have a co-op offered components there, after you graduate, it's easy to find a job. And most likely, the company you worked as a co-op, they probably is already give you the offer. For some of our programs, the students before they graduate, they probably got 2 or 3 offers in some cases. So which is the beauty. You know, the employer likes you, most likely before you graduate, they already give you the job offer. So that's how does it work. But co-op is not everyone is okay, I want to go co-op. We have some bars and we have like maybe GPA requirement, and you have to apply, and the company have interview. Seneca provide a lot of services. For example, how to polish your resume, how to dress up and go for an interview. And we have all those services for free. In the college, we have all the different departments. So that's a beauty. And for the graduation, and then you have a lot of companies. So those companies, a lot of people are pretty familiar with, but they are in Toronto, they have a lot of hiring, or maybe Ontario. So as Venus said, because you got a work permit, you can work there after 1 year, and then you can apply for immigration. I'm not going to touch upon that one because Venus and those guys, they are RACC license, so they will provide you a professional program. I'm just talking about the Seneca's part. And the tuition fee is let me see, I have another, I can show. Maybe I just talk. So tuition fee for Seneca program, diploma program is 1 year, 2 semester, roughly about $15,000 Canadian. And the degree probably around 18,000 for 2 semester, 1 academic year. For English language, every 2 levels equals 1 semester. Basically, so 3,500 or 3,600 for each level. So 2 levels equals 1 semester. So the tuition fee is probably the same. And what else? And scholarship, we do have many scholarships, but keep in mind, our scholarship is different from like a US university. Like US universities, their scholarship, basically, they cover your entire study. But for a college, because we are a public institution, which is the taxpayers pay for it eventually, right? So we have many scholarships there, but it's not in the big amount. Maybe $500, $1,000, $2,000, or maybe $3,000. So we do have entrance scholarship that's based on your transcript of your high school. And when you are in the program, we have many, but you have to apply for it. When you go to Seneca's website, you can find many scholarships and bursaries right there. So during your study, you can apply for different scholarship and bursaries. So, and some of them based on your grade and some of them based on the other criteria. So that's the one. And yeah, so basically I just stop right there, and maybe I would like to invite David to talk about as a students studying Seneca, what kind of right now we are still have a different format teaching, like online, in person, hybrid, which is both, and flexible. So that kind of teaching, and also right now we are slightly open up for the colleges, for the classes. So in that case, I would like to invite David to talk about from students' perspective, because he is currently also working in the field, and he's going to graduate very soon. So David, can you just talk about very freely, talk about as the students, students, what colleges can offer? How's that, Venus? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, David. So please share experience to us.
Hi, everyone. This is David. I come from China, and I came to the Seneca College to finish my study at early childhood education. And now I'm about to finish my placement in here and get ready to work. So for me, I think studying in the Seneca College is really going to be the inspiration that you can focus on the practical issues that can facilitate your work in the future. And regarding the classes, the 3 types of classes are the major classes, like delivery. The first one is online classes, and the second one is in-person classes, and the third one is a dynamic one. So online classes is now about to meet the end. I'm not sure, but for example, in my program that we're take half of the classes online, half the classes in person. So we're going to school, for example, in the Monday and Tuesday. So we take like 5 classes in the university. So regarding the choice, that the teacher gave us a lot of choice, that you can just actually do both online and in-person classes, and it's your choice. This is a situation like right now, but for me, I think the university is going to put everything in person for probably next semester, but I'm not sure. It depends on different majors and programs. And yeah, that's the classes deliveries for the students. And in my opinion, I think this is really good because they give students a lot of opportunities to study well. If you want to go to probably take some part-time jobs or to enjoy the life in here, you can definitely do that. And I think just as Patrick just said, that the Seneca College is one of the biggest college in Canada, and I really like this college, and I think they can help the students who want to get like a practical, like a job and the practical thing in the future, and it's really going to be helpful. And even if you want to go to some like theoretical work in the future, probably get a doctorate in the future if you want to, that's definitely a good way for you to help to find a job that may facilitate your getting the doctorate in the future. Yeah, that's everything. Thank you.
Okay, so for David, his case, just as an example, he has a bachelor degree from China. He has a master degree from China. He also went to, I think, Windsor University, right, David? And then
Western.
Oh, Western, yeah, Western University, and studied music, music master degree. And then he has so many degrees and the background higher education. Guess what? David comes to Seneca to study 1 year postgraduate because of our courses, very, very practical, very, very hands-on, very, very career-oriented. So for David's case, I'm almost like 100%. He's going to ended up with the job he likes. Why? Because he learned so much there, and he has a work experience during the study. So everything there. So he will get the job, and he will get the work permit, and then he is going to get immigration, etc. To speak to our job placement, Seneca is job placement is very, very high. We are roughly every year the government have a survey to test the students' satisfaction, the teachers, the company employer. They all have a surveys to evaluate your college's teaching qualities, job placement, students' life, creativity, everything. So Seneca's job placement is around 93 to 95%. In other words, they only count when you graduate for that month. Within 6 months, you find a job, and then the government counted. If you find a job after you 6-7 months after your graduation, doesn't count. So that means a very, very high rate for the job you find. But on the other hand, for a lot of university students, when they graduate, the job placement rate is not that high. I'm not saying that the universities, college is better than university. No, that's not what I meant. What I meant is that if you want to find a job, and for career development, college is shorter and cheaper and more direct. And if you wanted to be a hands-on, career-focused study education. But if you want to be, if you are the person, you may not be suitable to study with the college because you are a research type of the person. You want to do the research, or you want to, in the future, you want to teaching, you want to focus on theoretical education, then don't come to the college, go to university. In Canada and the US, very, very clear, depends on your personal development path. But right now, they have like a university, they teach more practical course, and the college system, they teach you more courses focus on theory. For example, Seneca and the University of Toronto, which is one of the top universities in Canada, we have joined the program. 4 years, you study the business commerce. You check with the University of Toronto's website, they can see 4 years. The first 2 years you study with Seneca. The last 2 years you go to University of Toronto. After 4 years, you got a college's diploma. You got the university's degree. So basically, you got the best combination of both university and the college. I just give you one example. Seneca joined the program with the university. Another one, Seneca joined the program 4 years with York University. I'm pretty sure for this audience, many of you heard of York University, which is probably third largest university in Canada. But we have a joint program in nursing, 4-year degree in nursing. But when you apply for that program, you have to accept by Seneca and York simultaneously. If you are accepted by Seneca, not by York, you cannot go to that program. If you are accepted by university, not by Seneca, sorry, you still cannot study that 4-year degree program. I just gave you an example. And that's why it's not because if you are interested for our readings, you go to Government of Ontario's website, we call the KPI, the stand for Key Performance Index or indicator. So those one, they are not only evaluate Seneca, they evaluate 24 colleges under the government. So you can see everything's there. It's a public record. So you have access to it. And also during our talk, and somebody, if you have some questions, you can just put like Venice and put in the chat box. Venice, go over to you.
Okay, so actually I got some question that I want to ask David. So as you as a student, so I think your opinion is more important to share with our today's students. I do believe you did a lot of research before you going to Canada or before going to Toronto. So what makes you pick Seneca College for your choice? So
that's a very good question.
Yes, so you can share with us. Yes.
I think the reason is that it's kind of like going to the Seneca College gave me a lot of options. It's not only about finding a good job. Probably it's going to be good for me to get a doctorate in the future, because like if you want to probably take programming in the future with a doctorate degree, and they will ask you to do some like a very basic foundational job that probably take 4 to 5 years experience. So as I was studying music education and piano performance, that I would like to find like a field that is like suitable for my studying here. So I chose Seneca College to study the children's education in here. And I just see the chatting box that somebody asked a question about the co-op diploma regarding the child care service. I think the ECE program in Seneca College it's very good, and it's very popular. We have a lot of like co-op like placement opportunities for us to choose, and we can study like a lot of things. For example, like a student, the children with exceptionalism. You can find something very special like autism of the children and those kind of topics. You can definitely work on that, and you can definitely find for example, like a volunteer job in the YMCA or some other like child care centers in here. Anyway, a lot of opportunities for all different like streams for everyone.
Okay. So what is the workload in when you're studying the program in Seneca? Because I have, for me, from my personal experience, I think studying in Canada is not that easy, because you really have a good English skills, because you have a lot of assignment papers. So and our students, they never have study abroad experience. So can you share with us what do you think the workload in Seneca? Is that a lot of midterms, quizzes, assignment, final exams? And what advice you will give to our students that they never study abroad? How to prepare their English, or what they can do now?
That's a good one.
Okay. Comparing with other universities that I have taken, and I'm safe to say that Seneca College has this like what is it called qualified education. It's not only because the teachers are very like a professional, but also students can help each other with like working with each other, and we have a lot of like group assignment that we have to do. Almost like half of our assignments are like group assignments. So I think that with the help of the students and the teachers, that students can use all the facilities in the college, and every material, all the materials that teachers give us are like at all the students' disposal. So I think it's very important. This is the most important thing for me to take this program at Seneca College.
Mm-hmm. So how to, any advice for our students that they want to go to Seneca, how to prepare themselves?
Well, for example, the first thing is to get involved in the environment, in the learning environment here. For example, like you can take a lot of the classes, you can take a lot of like activities that students organize. We have a lot of like students organizations in here. And for example, I'm now working as a like a volunteer mentor for all the international students in here. And we have a lot of like programs and in here, for such as like what they call the English conversation groups, that if your English is not very well, then we can just get together, and there is a leader there who can host all the meetings and activities for the students to study. And another thing is academic way, so that the library is a very good way for you to search all the information related to your study area and your study fields. So for example, like I'm taking the EAE programs in here, and I can search all the information related to, for example, like the inclusion, and for example, like the other childhood, like mental development, like cognitive development. Although all those kind of information are good for our like for all the students.
So what is the around the living cost, like especially how much you rent for an apartment? Or do you live in residence before, or just you rent a place outside?
No, I rent like a different like apartments outside the school. And I think living in Toronto could be a little bit expensive, quite honestly, because it's the biggest city in Canada, right? It's around, for example, if you rent a room, it's around 1,000 to 15,000 per month for like the renting fees and around those kind of things. If you are living in the university, it could be a little bit like, I'm not sure, but you can just check on the website, and you can definitely ask the live on campus, like the stuff, and they will give you a quote and stuff. So I think it depends, but the good thing is that if you are living here, that you have a lot of job opportunities and like co-op placement opportunities for you.
Okay.
Okay, I just add a little more. So I just opened our electric program list. On this area, we have estimated the cost for you study with the Seneca. Can you see my screen, fees and expenses?
Yep.
Yeah. So people can take a like screenshot or something there, right? So basically, when he said that the study, I mean, living outside, but we do have a accommodation, student residence on campus. We only have two. One is the Newnham, another one is the King campus. So this is about that one. We have a 1,200 dormitories rooms, but it's every student, they have one students for one room, not like maybe like Hong Kong or China or other countries. They have a few people, students share a room. We have one student per room. They have everything there, but two rooms make a suite. In other words, two students share the kitchen and the bathroom. And then, and for your own room, you have a bed, you have a computer, internet, everything's there. So that's our residence.
Okay. So before we go into Q&A session, let me just recap what Patrick and David said in Cantonese first. and then we can let our audience to digest the information, and then they can put the question in the chat box. So I will recap that in Cantonese first. 好，咁做嗰個簡單嘅summary，用廣東話先啦。咁講翻頭先阿 Patrick 同埋 David 講啲乜嘢啦。咁大家喺呢個期間咧，諗到啲問題都可以而家準備打喺個 chat box。咁我哋最後會有個 Q&A session， 再睇下有啲咩問題可以解答嘅。咁頭先 Patrick 都簡單即係都講過啦。其實Seneca 有7個 campus 啦，咁係 on DLI list 啦。咁佢都有講過有唔同嘅 program 啦。記住我哋有 diploma 啦 ，OK， 咁就係 for 翻你中學完成咗可以讀嘅，有degree 啦 ，OK， 甚至有 postgraduate certificate 嘅。咁 postgraduate 就係本身你已經有個 bachelor 啦，就可以去讀啦。咁所以咧，佢嘅課程咧其實都好多元化啦。同埋而家嗰個上網嘅上堂嘅形式咧，就係會有大部分都係可能係 hybrid 啦。其實去到陸續佢哋都想開翻 face to face 嘅，咁都係睇翻疫情嘅發展。咁所以咧，而家暫時都係 on campus 都陸續開放翻嘅啦。咁當然嗰個疫情嘅控制，佢哋學院都有一個好嚴謹嘅 policy 啦。咁大家可以到時再睇翻啦。咁同樣最受歡迎就係 Seneca 嗰個 co-op program 啦。佢哋好得意就係佢唔係話你讀晒書先去實習嘅，佢會係你可能讀咗一個 semester 啦。跟住就出去有個 placement 啦，做完 placement 再翻嚟 college 繼續讀埋落去嘅，咁變咗你可以喺讀書期間，譬如 let's say 你2年嘅時間啦，你可能有中間有其中一個 semester 會去翻學，跟住有一個 semester 再做嘢，跟住再翻嚟繼續翻學，跟住又做嘢，咁就變咗嗰個銜接係幾唔錯嘅。咁當然啦，最後有提到嗰個 entry requirement 啦，就係入學嘅資格啦。咁基本上咧，你當然你係想揀 diploma 嘅，你都要香港中學畢業啦。如果你係揀一啲postgraduate certificate 嘅，一定有 bachelor。咁英語要求啦，就睇翻，如果你係要揀普遍嘅 program 咧，就6.0啦，細分冇低過5.5啦。如果 postgraduate 咧，就6.5細分冇低過6.0。咁當然 Duolingo 頭先都講啦。而家都非常之 popular 同埋好方便同埋平嘅，咁你可以隨時都考得啦，咁所以都 accept Duolingo 嘅學校都，咁大家可以睇翻自己個時間，因為香港而家 IELTS 據我所知都暫時都停㗎啦，不過可能有機會4月會開翻，咁睇翻啦。如果你話我想喺屋企做個 test，亦都想試下個英文程度，其實就我都建議考 Duolingo 嘅，因為你講緊其實49蚊美金就可以考一個 test，等於你4次嘅Duolingo 先等於1次 IELTS 嘅價錢啦，咁所以你話想試下嘅，當然可以歡迎 Duolingo 嘅。咁最後咧講到 scholarship 嗰方面啦嚇，咁都提到嘅Seneca 嘅 scholarship 咧，即係或者加拿大嘅 scholarship 啦，未必好似美國嗰啲 scholarship 咁話成個 term 可以全部唔使俾錢咁樣，就冇呢個可能噶啦。但係基本上咧都係睇翻嗰個你 apply 邊個 scholarship 啦，就俾翻有啲優惠啦，可能咧say500蚊就要加500蚊加紙起啦，或者可能去到最多都係2000蚊加紙嘅啫，就唔會有 scholarship 係 cover 你成個 program 噶啦，呢個大家要留意。咁scholarship 有好多種嘅，咁有啲係我哋 entrance scholarship 啦。如果你一報嘅時候，你嘅 transcript 都好好噶啦，咁咧學校咧基本上咧都會 offer 俾你噶啦。咁咧如果你話佢冇特別提到嘅，其實即係話你未必達到佢哋嗰個門檻噶啦。咁 sorry 啊。係啦，咁咧跟住咧就係如果你話想之後讀下有嗰個scholarship 咧，就睇翻學院噶啦，你可以自己 apply 嘅。咁睇翻你個成績夠唔夠啦。咁但係頭先講嘅都唔係話好多錢，但係你可以睇下啦。所以因為都係多人 apply 嘅，咁所以睇下自己係咪真係想有興趣 apply 嗰個scholarship 啦。大家可以留意翻。好，咁大致上學校就係講到咁多。咁跟住頭先阿 David 啦，佢都有啲 share 啦，咁佢都講翻自己嘅背景啦，咁佢係喺內地啦，就讀完書㗎啦，咁基本上好似已經好似有埋 master 啦，跟住就都喺 Western University 啦，都讀埋佢一個 music 嘅 program 啦，咁佢都所以佢個 background 咧都好強嘅。咁點解佢會揀Seneca 啦？咁其實都講過，佢就做咗好多 research 㗎啦，咁但係佢講嘅 research 嘅時候發覺Seneca 嘅 program 都好多元化，同埋咧佢見到可能佢嘅placement 嗰方面咧非常之吸引啦，亦都可以喺佢以前咧，因為佢讀 music 啦，而家係接觸一啲可能係early childhood 啦，咁所以係唔同嘅 方向嘅，咁所以佢睇嘅時候都會睇翻成個 course 嘅 structure 啦，啲老師係點樣啦，咁所以佢最後就會揀Seneca College 啦。咁當然亦都有問過佢啦，點解揀個即係頭先講啦，就點解佢會揀 Seneca 啦？咁佢都講咗啦。咁另外有問過佢就係嗰個讀書嘅情況點啊？個 workload 重唔重啊？因為大家都可能未去過加拿大讀書啦，咁亦都老實講，我都唔會話特別容易嘅，因為你都要第一英語能力要夠啦，咁所以都有問阿 David 有冇啲 advice 可以俾多啲學生入到去 Seneca 讀書，點可以 prepare 到自己應付個學業咧？咁佢有提過咧，就係有好多唔同嘅English language club 啦，你可以去一齊去傾下講英文啦 ，for 翻 international student 啦，大家可以練下講個oral 嘅 English， 因為都緊要啦。或者你當然啦，你如果想 engage 個 community 嘅，多啲參加啲 volunteer 啦。咁 David 而家都有做嗰啲 volunteer 嘅，咁係幫助你自己嗰個 portfolio 咧會更加全面啲啦，同埋就係更加俾到你日後你想僱主睇到嘅時候咧，都可以多加啲分啦，係啦，咁所以咧多啲參與唔同嘅 activities 啦 ，OK 喺香港亦都開始準備自己個英文啦。我自己個人意見咧就係如果你冇即係覺得達到嗰個英文或者 Duolingo IELTS 要求係咪代表就一定 handle 到咧？咁我會覺得始終香港個讀書環境係同加拿大唔同嘅。你香港可能大部分老師都未必係 native 嘅英文啦，就算你可能讀埋大學，啲 professor 都未必係 native 嘅。但係去到加拿大讀書啦，咁去到加拿大讀書，咁你始終你係適應嗰個成個環境係咗全英語嘅環境啦，同埋嗰個講英文速度已經唔係再好似已經 native 程度啦。咁所以大家記住啦，你要想 catch up 到老師講啲乜嘢咧，第一個英語能力，我都成日都同講嘅，英文一定要緊要嘅。OK，你冇個英語嘅強嘅背景嘅話，其實你都唔知佢教緊乜，或者你個 reading，但係啲 reading 你都睇唔切，睇得太慢啦，因為都個 semester 講緊第一個 semester 係9月就去到12月㗎啦，咁跟住就 winter 啦，就1月去到慢慢4月啦，跟住 summer 就5月去到8月咯。咁所以大家睇住啦個時間點樣讀書嘅安排係啦。咁大致上啦嗰個recap 就差唔多，用廣東話就大致上大家會睇到大致上講啲乜㗎啦。咁相信大家都聽得明㗎啦。咁而家開始就有啲Q&A session 啦。咁我哋就睇下啲問題。咁我就同或者如果係問 Patrick 定 David 啦，咁我哋可以再睇下嗰個你哋有啲咩問題啦。OK，咁我哋都會盡量啦，都係喺可能而家都大概12點，我哋希望都12點3啦完成啦，因為Patrick 嗰邊都夜㗎啦。咁我哋都希望大家有問題好快啲打喺個 chat box 度。